Hello again, YouTube. NES Complex here. This is part 2 of a 4-part series on collecting video games. I know a million videos have been done on this sort of topic, but I think I have something to offer, so I hope you still enjoy it. This part is all about cleaning video games and getting all that nasty gunk off of them. You know, games normally people would pass by. Other parts in the series include finding and building a collection, keeping track of your collection, and organizing the collection as you acquire it. I hope you enjoy them, and if you haven't already, please check them out. Let's go! When you're out hunting for video games, you will inevitably find games that are gnarly. This is the ugly side of video game collecting. You'll find games that literally look like a little kid has poured an entire 2-liter bottle of Coca-Cola right into the contact into the cartridge. You'll find little kids that thought it would be fun to write their name and all of the kinds of things in permanent Sharpie all over the place. You're going to find things that look like they've been sitting in a gutter for months. It's sometimes pretty nasty. You know, but in my experience, there's only 2 things that I avoid when looking at cartridges. Number 1 is the label messed up, and number 2 is the cartridge itself damaged in some ways. It yellowed or cracked or gouged. Is there anything like that on the cartridge? Other than this, I think everything else is actually fixable. And so I want to show you some of the tools of the trade for fixing it. Now, the number 1 thing you always hear people talk about is rubbing alcohol for cleaning games inside and out. And I think this is a good thing to use, especially for the outside. A lot of people talk about using it for the contacts. I actually think I have a better solution, which I'll get to in a minute. But this is a very necessary tool in the trade. Now, to apply it, you're going to want to use things like cotton balls and Q-tips in order to get some rubbing and abrasive action of the cotton fibers, kind of cleaning away the dirt. Another good thing that I use on the outside of the cartridge is Goo Gun. I don't just use this because of sticky residue that I want to remove. Sometimes it just seems like a very good cleaning agent just in general. So this is a very vital piece also for whenever I clean games. This runs about $6 for a bottle like this, but I think that it's worth it. Another very common thing that everyone has around their house that's very useful are toothpicks. NES cartridges especially have tons of little grooves and little areas you have to get to, and a toothpick is great for that purpose. Also, just using your fingernail inside of a piece of cotton to scrape through those grooves is a good way to go. Now, those are some of the standard things that I think everyone uses. I have a few things that many people use that if you don't already, you should use also. For one, you should go on eBay and spend about $5 and buy yourself a 3.8mm security tool bit for opening Nintendo games. This will come in handy quite a bit for the next things I'm going to show you, but getting at the contacts to actually see truly where the dirt and grime is, this is vital. So once you have that, I don't know why more people don't talk about it, but you should get an electric screwdriver like this. I got this at Target for $10. It has one button for taking the screw out, and one button for putting the screw back in. And they're on either side of the screwdriver. So this is very useful. It speeds things up a lot, removing and inserting screws. It's a lot faster. Okay, now to get into some of the things that I don't typically hear people talk about, and to be honest, I don't know why. You know, I was thinking about the inside of a cartridge and the contacts. It's a delicate surface, it's a delicate place. You don't want to mess anything up. You don't want to scrape it or mess it up in any way. But you want to remove every bit of dust and grime. So I started thinking about other things and other areas of art and whatnot. And I realized that erasers for artists are designed for almost exactly the same purpose. Removing graphite, a very small particulate from a delicate surface, paper. If this can remove graphite and not damage paper, can it remove dust and dirt and grime and not damage metal contacts? So I use this quite a bit when I'm cleaning off the contacts. This is also very useful for cleaning off permanent marker. In combination with, some Goo Gun or some of the other chemicals, this will get into the little grooves and bits of the kind of bumpy surface of a game on the casing. So definitely you want to pick these up. These are not they're not expensive at all. It's about $2 and you can get several of them for $4. So this definitely pick up white plastic artist erasers. You can go to Michael's or somewhere like that and pick those up. Another thing, in 1953, the Rocket Chemical Company, they were attempting to devise a formula that would prevent corrosion. It took them many attempts, but the chief element in corrosion, which is the natural enemy of metal and game contacts in retro games, the natural enemy is water and moisture. So this Rocket Chemical Company was trying to come up with something that would displace water. It took them 40 tries to come up with this chemical, and everyone knows what it is. It's called water displacement 40th attempt, WD-40. Now, most people just think of this as some sort of lubricant to get rid of squeaks and whatnot, but I find that using this in combination with the white plastic eraser will remove every bit of dust, every bit of grime, make it shiny and clean and polished. And you don't leave it on there forever. Still remove it. Use a cotton swab, a cotton ball to remove as much of it as you possibly can. But this makes games pop in and play on the very first attempt. And I've noticed that their ability to play goes for a very long time. Whereas rubbing alcohol, which I used to use, it seems like when I put the game in later, I need to clean it again. It seems like it just doesn't do the job. A few other notes that I want to pass along about cleaning games, a few things I've picked up along the way, is for stickers. When you have stickers on a cartridge, how do you get them off? Well, some people just use their fingernail and try to peel them. Well, that's a pain in the butt. The best way that I've found is to use a hair dryer. If you put a hair dryer not on super hot heat, but you just blow it over the sticker for about 5 to 10 seconds, that it'll loosen the adhesives and allow the sticker to come off relatively easily. This works especially well for more modern games and GameStop's sticker hell. So they'll come off really easy. You can take them even off the inserts inside the cases, which for some reason GameStop put stickers on those too. But I highly recommend you try that. Another tip, or thing you should know at least, is that NES games and Super Nintendo game labels have sort of a shiny surface, like an extra layer of plastic coating over the label, and this actually makes them pretty hardy and sturdy. And while I don't recommend you scrub them, you can do a little bit to clean off anything that's on there. But Nintendo 64 cartridges, those look like they've been, just came out of a regular printer. If you put any chemical at all on them, it'll remove the ink, so don't even try it. So what I want to do then is take a few games, show you some of the nasty, gnarly games that I've got recently. Here's Load Runner. Someone had a field day writing pediatrics all over it. I guess this was somewhere in Upland, California, SAC Pediatrics. Wow. Well, I picked it up because I think I can clean it. But here's the one that I'm actually going to clean and show you what it looks like when I'm all done. I found Ghostbusters 2, but unfortunately Dalton wrote his name on it, and also there's a sticker from a video game rental place, or the Video Barn, and this thing's pretty nasty. You see all kinds of weird discolorations and gunk on it. So I'm going to try to clean this thing off, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, so let's take a look at how that game turned out. Well, here it is, and you'll notice the name is gone. The sticker used to be down here. The sticker is completely gone. Didn't leave anything on the label even. The game is now good and clean, the contacts are shiny, it's ready to be played. I hope that you found this interesting and enjoyable. If you have any other ideas that I failed to mention, please list them in the comments below. The next video is all going to be about keeping track of your collection. It's growing fast, I'm sure, so how do you keep track of it? Please watch that as well as the other videos. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.